Shopping centers have changed. I wrote about it. I'm going to put it on my Substack. Shopping centers in Australia have changed. Okay. Shopping centers I used to love. I used to love milling about, just wandering around looking at shit in shopping centers. I don't know why. I just really enjoyed wandering without a reason at all. I used to love going to Chadstone with my mum when I was a kid. We would go there. She would run around and we'd go to Maya and Saba, and she'd put things on lay-by and buy clothes, and I would just be there. And that was our thing that we did every couple Tuesdays we'd go. And I loved that. Just milling about, looking at shit. I could never afford anything. You know, I would ask for Lego. Mum would go, how much is it? Then we would both go, nah. And then she'd go, you know what? I'll get you a bag of loose Lego from the market for $2. And then I would use my imagination to create something without instructions, which was fun at the time. But now I can't, like if I have to build something from IKEA, I'm going to get into a domestic with whoever's helping me. So I think it was like, as a child, it fostered my imagination, and that's good. But now if you show me instructions, I'm going to flip the fuck out. I hate instructions so much, dude. I had to build a desk, and the desk is great. The instructions were terrible. Here's the thing with instructions, man, because everything is manufactured in China now, so are the instructions. That doesn't make sense to my Western mind. You know, I'm following the instructions. I get halfway through. I feel like Homer Simpson. Le Grill? What the fuck is Le Grill? Oh, why doesn't mine look like that? That's me trying to build anything because my mum couldn't afford Lego. Anyway, I digress. I used to love shopping centers because you could just mill about and look at shit. Now, shopping centers are exclusively for seniors to get cinnamon donuts and cheap coffee, and disabled people to roam about with one carer whose English language is so poor he might as well be in the same language class as the nonverbal kid, you know? It's always like one poor South Sudanese guy with 30 retarded whites, and you can just see he's like, this wasn't the life I envisioned. Take me back to battle. Nah, God bless him. He's doing jobs that we should be doing. You know what I mean? Like we're not doing those jobs, and that's to our eternal shame. We don't look after our olds, okay? That's Asian people do that. Brown people do that. White people, we get them to do it for us, and then we go, oh, why is grandma getting hit in the nursing home? Because you're not looking after her in your home. Because Nana bought a home and then decided that you had to work for yours and left it all to a charity instead of her own children, and the charity spent it all on HR and you know, salaries and not on helping anyone. So that's where we're at in the country, is that shopping centers are ruined. I was walking around my local shopping center and I was thinking, what the fuck is this for anymore? Because everything's online, right? So I was like, if I had unlimited money to start a business in a shopping center, what would even work? And it's like clothing and shoes. A shoe store is for me to walk in and find out what size my foot is and then leave without buying anything. That's what a shoe store is for, because I can get whatever the fuck I want online. Speaking of, I think my feet have gotten bigger. I think I don't know what's going on. I think my feet have gotten bigger. I used to be a size 13, but now when I put on my size 13 sneakers, they don't fit. Like my feet feel cramped in them. So I don't know, my feet have gotten bigger. I need to get them resized at athlete's foot and then walk out without buying anything. That's going to be annoying for the fucking sales rep at Athlete's Foot is people like me going in and be like, yeah, what size foot is this? Cool. I'm going to buy something from Stock X instead of you. I'm going to buy fake Panda Dunks from a scammer in China instead of you. I think the only thing that works in shopping centers now is those locksmith key cutting businesses and cobblers that are in the middle. Unfortunately, now shopping centers, it used to be like, man, if you got a retail space, you can make a lot of money. And then the fucking paws who couldn't afford rent in an actual store, they'd have to set up some fuck stall in the middle. I think those guys are now the only people making money in the shopping center. And Donut King, and because we got 20 years left of old people going to Donut King, and then that business is done. Why do old people like Donut King so much? What the fuck are they putting in Donut King that makes every senior citizen congregate there at 9:30 in the morning? Because I thought, oh, they must be cheap. The prices are like, it's not the prices. They're putting something in Donut King that the boomers love, and we need to figure it out. What we need to do is we need to get whatever the fuck they're putting in Donut King, and we need to find that chemical, and we need to inject it into the youth so that boomers start treating the world better. Because I swear, man, I walked around, it was like 11 a.m., I walked around the shopping center. Because I went there to buy, what was I buying? I was buying chicken breast. Because you get chicken from the supermarket, dude, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing to those chickens, but they need to stop, okay? Because I bite into a chicken breast from the supermarket, and like I get psychic damage from whatever they did to the chicken. You know, I bite into the chicken breast and I start crying and going, fuck, I want to see the sun. You know, what are they doing to those chickens? It's not good, man. So I go to the butcher, and that's like the only business that is working other than Donut King, and then like a Tats Lotto. And then everything else is just fucking empty. What is a shopping center for anymore? And I'll tell you what it's for. It's for overworked and overwhelmed NDIS workers to take 45 old men with Down syndrome to mill about and do laps. And then outside of that, it's for senior citizens to go to Donut King for some reason that I don't understand. And then the only other people is like me doing a loop going, I don't want to go into any of these stores. You know, I went into an EB Games being like, oh, you know, I used to like going into EB Games. I went in there and I looked at the prices of everything, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Why would I buy anything from this store? I was in there, and there was a couple. Now, I'd never seen this couple in real life. You often see this couple get dunked on online always, but I'd never seen them in real life. It was like mid-30s, white couple, and both of them had literally had armfuls of pop figures. And they were looking through the shelves trying to get their pop figures and getting their rare drops, and they were pre-ordering pop figures. I thought that was done. Every time I walk into a store and they've got like a wall full of pop figures, I was like, I thought those were done. But, you know, I bought one. I've got a little Donald Trump pop figure up there from the 2016 election. God, if you made a Donald Trump pop figure, you would get, someone would show up to your office with a gun. But I got it when it was a meme. You know, I bought that pop figure when I was like, oh, Donald, the guy from The Apprentice is going to be the president? Yeah, right. Now I'm like, shit, I better delete a few tweets if I want to be able to get into that country. Because he's doing a great job. Anyway, they had all these pop figures, and some of them were on pre-order, and they were obviously like regulars. The guy, I just wanted to. That's not true. I wanted to buy a USB charger because my phone had died, and I go in there and like they were trying to buy like 40 pop figures. I was like, I thought these people were myths. I thought they were around for a couple of years and then that's it. But they're still around. They were buying pop figures for franchises and IPs that I had not even heard of. And they were like, oh my goodness. We've got number 39 from the fucking Beetlejuice Netflix TV series or whatever the fuck. Do you have my number 16 from the Mandalorian season 52? Fucking, I look at these people and I go, man, have children. Have children now. This is not going to fill the void. What the fuck are you going to do with all those pops, man? I saw a couple, and what was crazy about it was they were putting it on Afterpay and credit cards, going into debt to buy a pop vinyl figure. Fuck, we need to make house prices much cheaper. Because if young couples can't afford children and a mortgage, they're going to blast all of their money into pop figures, and it's our fault. Sorry, it's the boomers' fault. Maybe that's how we fix the country, is we go to it, we need to put poison into everything that's served at donut